This is Algebra 1, Section 8.5, Example 4. So this says that we are writing a quadratic function, and it says in standard form that has these given characteristics. So first, this one gives us a vertex. So we're going to start with vertex form. So we're going to write that down first. So we're starting with vertex form because they gave us a vertex. So it's y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So if all they gave us was the vertex, then all we can do is plug in hk. We can't find a because they didn't give us another point. So since they didn't give us another point, I'm not going to write a down. I'm going to do x minus h is -3 squared plus k is 4. And so I can change that minus and -3 to plus. And that's the equation of this quadratic function in vertex form. They did ask for it in standard form. If they had asked for it in vertex form, we could just leave it here. If they want it in standard form, then they want us to go ahead and multiply it out. So the first thing I would do is I would do x plus 3 squared. Remember, you can't just do x squared plus 9. You have to actually multiply it out. And so if we did that using a box, x plus 3 times x plus 3, then you'd have x squared, 3x, and 9. That gets x squared plus 9x plus 6x plus 9. Let's fix that. That's 3x plus 3x is 6x. All right, and then we still had this 4 right here, so you have that plus 4. And if you go ahead and simplify that, you have x squared plus 6x plus 13. So these two equations are the same. This is in standard form. This is in vertex form right here. It's just which they ask you to leave it in. I think the test asks you just to leave it in vertex form. Okay, if they give you zeros, that means they give you x-intercepts. And so you should start in intercept form. That's where you should begin. All right, so intercept form is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q, where p and q are x-intercepts or zeros. So we are going to do y equals, we don't have enough information to find a. They would have to give us a third point, one more point besides the zeros to be able to say what a is. So I'm just going to ignore a, and I'm going to do x minus p is -5 times x minus q is 4. I can change the minus and -5 to plus, and this is my answer in intercept form. Now, they did ask for it in standard form, so if they want it in standard form, you just have to multiply it out. So you're going to do x plus 5 times x minus 4. All right, and you get y equals x squared. You're going to combine the 5x minus 4x, so you'll just get plus x, and then minus 20. So this is the same equation. This is just in standard form. So standard form is just all multiplied out. And how I knew I started in intercept form is if they give me the two x-intercepts, then I start in intercept form. Okay, so on this problem, what they give me here is they give me these 2 points right here are x-intercepts. And how I know is because their y values are 0, that tells me they're x-intercepts. This is just a different point, just a random, like, extra point. So because they gave me the x-intercepts, I'm going to start in intercept form. So I'm going to start with intercept form, which is a times x minus p times x minus q. Now, my intercepts, this is p is -9, q is -2, and this other point is x, y. So because they gave me a point in addition to my x-intercepts, I can find a. So where y is, I'm plugging in 20. I don't know a yet. Where x is, I'm plugging in -4, minus p was -9, -4 is x, minus q was -2. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and -4 minus -9, that's like plus, so that's 5. And -4 minus -2 is like plus, so that is -2. And so I get 5 times -2 is -10a. To find a, I divide by -10, and I get a equals -2. So my equation is a is -2, and then I would have x minus p was -9, x minus q was -2. I'm going to change those minus and negatives to plus. This is my answer in intercept form. If they want it in standard form, I would multiply it all out. I'll show you that on the next one. So if they ask it for it in intercept form, I would just leave it here. If they want it in standard form, I'd multiply it all out. Okay, let's try this one. All right, so on this one, these 2 points are the x-intercepts, and I know that because the y value is 0. That's how I know they're x-intercepts. This third point is just an additional point. So I'm going to start with intercept form, which is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. Now, since they gave me that third point, I can find my a. So I'm going to plug in -16 for y. I'm finding a, so I just write a down. X is 3 minus, the first intercept was -5. X is 3 minus, the second intercept is 4. Okay, so I find out each parentheses. 3 minus -5, that's like 3 plus 5, that's 8. And 3 minus 4 is -1. All right, I multiply those together. I get -8 times a. I divide by -8, and I get 2. So I go back in and I fill in what I know. I know my a is 2. My p was -5. My q was 4. All right, where it says x minus -5, I'm going to change that to plus. Okay, that's my answer in intercept form. If they want it in standard form, I need to multiply it out. Personally, the first thing I'm going to multiply out is the x plus 5 times the x minus 4. X squared, 5x minus 4x minus 20. That is x squared plus x, because 5x minus 4x is x, and then minus 20. So I multiplied that out first, and now I'm going to distribute the 2. So I get 2x squared plus 2x minus 40. That is my answer in standard form. Had they asked me to leave it in intercept form, that would have been this one. It just depends on what they ask you for.